Hey sales friends, Mike Weinberg with my Independence Day message for you. And as I thought about what I wanted to say, it just seemed better to deliver this verbally and by video than try to get all of this in writing. I am intentionally sitting in almost exactly the same spot and in the same car I was when I filmed my first message in March, when the pandemic was just starting to rage here in the US and we were in the process of getting shut down. It was a lot colder that day. In fact, I tried to shoot that video outside and it was just too cold. And today I'm here in the car and the top's open and it's gorgeous. And I'm ready for a long Independence Day weekend. I need to recharge and refresh and get my head on straight and get my heart right. We're gonna travel and I'm gonna go visit some family on the East Coast and gonna leave my computer at home because I just gotta get away from work. Like many of you, I probably worked more hours and had more stress in the last 4 months than almost any other time in my career. I think we went into this lockdown and this pandemic thing thinking it might be a break. It was the exact opposite. Most of us are working harder and carrying a bigger burden. I'll tell you this though, I'm really proud. I'm proud of being part of the sales community. I am really proud of the sales success that I'm seeing across a whole lot of salespeople and sales leaders. I love bragging about the successes that I'm seeing and the stories that have been shared with me. My buddy Tom, who I write about a lot, he sells Volvos. He's the #1 guy in North America, Tom Calkins. I highlighted him in this book, Sales Truth, in chapter 15. He's the best guy in the B2C sales world I've ever seen, and he's the #1 car sales guy for sure. He texted me at the end of May with his sales results. He set a personal record. He sold 69 cars in May when the dealership was basically closed and they were seeing people by appointment only. In his 20-year outstanding career, that's the most cars he ever sold. He's killing it. He texted me last night. He sold over 60 cars again in the month of June. Unstinking believable. And I keep getting messages from people that are having success. And I get that some of you are in industries right now that have been wrecked and your customers are basically closed, or the headwinds you're fighting are so strong that it's just really challenging. And I get that. And my message to you is to stay strong and to stay positive and keep chipping away at it. I sent a couple messages on LinkedIn to some salespeople I know that are really challenged right now. I'm just saying, hang in there, keep reading positive stuff. To those of you that are crushing it because you've mastered the basics, you got to keep doing it, right? And this is one of my messages for you as we pivot into the second half of the year. I'm a little concerned, and I'm not a prophet, and I'm not trying to predict bad things to come. And I'm really excited about the success that a lot of people in sales have had. I'm excited about the transitions we made in our business. I've had an amazing few months. We really focused. We've created some amazing new online content. We've got a brilliant new online course that's really inexpensive. And it's going to tackle my favorite sales topic, and that's all I'm going to tell you. We're going to be launching that really soon. This course has the potential to transform your sales effectiveness, and I can't wait to share more with you. And I've had to adapt. I've had to run meetings online and figure out how to do large training sessions virtually and deal with crazy rescheduling and all that stuff that comes to selling virtually, just like you've had to do it. But here's my concern. I think because we've tasted a little bit of freedom the last month or so, and restrictions have been eased and people are out more, and you can see, obviously we see the cases spiking, and I'm not a medical expert and I'm not going there. I just know that right now I probably don't trust anybody in the medical community or in the government, because everything seems like it's political and it's confusing. But I had my first hotel night. I was home for 114 straight days. I think since I was 21 years old, that's the longest stretch I've been in my own bed. This week, I got to take a little road trip to lead an in-person workshop. It was my second in-person meeting in a few weeks. And I got a hotel night, and man, it felt good. And tonight, I'm flying to go see some family. And I'm gonna rest and recharge, and I'm excited to do that. But I'm fearful as the cases start to surge here in the US, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen with all these sports leagues that are about to kind of relaunch. And I think salespeople were getting excited to get out again, those of us that aren't in inside sales and we typically work outside. And I think there's a potential that if we get locked down again, and I don't think they're gonna be able to lock us down like they did the first time, because most people aren't gonna tolerate it at that level, but I think we're gonna have to be really cautious because of the spike in cases. There's a chance some of us are going to get discouraged, maybe even depressed. And if my kids don't get to go back to college, I'll tell you, I'm going to be in that boat. So it's really important that we keep our heart full, and full of positive energy. And I don't know for you whether your inspiration comes from the Bible or from your buddies or from blog posts or from books. There's 4 good B's right there: Bible, buddies, blog posts, and books. Or it's from other places. But you got to stay focused, because if the second half of the year ends up being just as hard as the first half of the year, and we don't get this rocket ship recovery, and we don't get all freed up, you still got to sell. You still got to take care of clients. You still got to produce for your company and for your own livelihood. So my message is, get ready this weekend. Prepare yourself for what's to come. I don't know whether it's going to be good or bad. I don't know how long the pandemic lasts. I don't know when we get a vaccine. Do I love the fact that the stock market has rebounded from the March 23rd bottom and we're way back up? A lot of the stuff is, we've made a lot of money. Yeah, I'm excited about that. But you know what else has potential to happen? And I'm not predicting it, and I'm not a day trader, but it could go back down just as easily. And you need to prepare your mind and your heart for a tough sledding the second half of this year, because if stocks crash and lockdown happens and sports don't emerge and our kids are still at home, you still got to sell. And the job of professional salespeople is to make things happen, right? That's why we get paid, and they allow us to make the big bucks, because we create revenue, we create opportunities, right? We're value creators, and we own the outcome, and we don't point fingers, and we're not victims, and we don't blame. So my message to you on Independence Day weekend, at least those of you in the US, as we're celebrating our incredible heritage. And I know right now it's really hard in this country. We got a lot going on, and everything is political nuts. And we're, I don't know, 5 months away from a presidential election, and I don't want to deal with this the next 5 months. One quick reminder: don't be political salespeople. Do not post about politics, because you're guaranteed to piss off half the country, and that's not a great thing to do right now. So my message: focus. This weekend, think about the second half of the year. Refresh your business plan. Strategize about your target list. Think about sharpening your story. Get ready to have extra discipline going into the second half of the year. If it's easy, wonderful. If we get a great rebound and we're free and we're traveling and it's great and we're out partying and we're going to bars and we're in restaurants and the kids are in school and we're at least watching football and stuff on TV if we can't go to stadiums, that's awesome. But you better prepare yourself in case it's hard. So that's my message. I wish you a great long weekend and a wonderful Independence Day celebration here in the US. And let's come out in the second half firing real hard, whatever the circumstances. All right? Here's to tons of new sales.